Today it all starts, the first of 6 on this Super Wild Card weekend, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Houston Texans. It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wild Card Weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Wright. And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing Nix. They'll swing this out to Harvey. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he will have the Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Down the sideline he goes. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Jalen Wright, 52 yards. And the Broncos will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Williams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Williams. Open man here is Benson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw, Williams. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, it's time to get give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that would be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did something with that. Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the Broncos 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll go again here with Wright. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
At the 38-yard line.
Now it's Nix. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
At the 38-yard line.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
play of the drive. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Yeah, looks like they'll move things around here. Nix to the air.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Off the play fake. Nix. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. A little juke. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. At
their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. To the air, Williams. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 31-yard
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. A give up the middle to right. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Here's Nix. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Over the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Broncos continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Texans nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. From the gun, here's Williams.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. And he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, it's Williams. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. He'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing is Williams. This pass complete to Higgins. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Come 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Third and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go. Here's Williams. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Texans take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
21. Texans 7.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
To throw is Nix. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Yeah, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Williams operating from the gun. To the flat, that's complete to his running back. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Williams. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson.
A gain of 6. And the Texans.
To throw once more, here's Williams. He'll get this complete downfield to Kmet. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Here's 2nd and 10.
Back. Go win him. Hey, check.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A final shot before break. Nix. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Running out of the gun here with Benson. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Williams. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Williams. And he fires one incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
We got Hornet.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's now
the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. On first down, they'll start out with Wright. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Offensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 now. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Nix. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Nix. That's complete to the rookie from UCLA. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year one.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And it's a short one here, complete to... The ball comes out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Nick's going to give to Hardy. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eating up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 14.
Captain. Oh, my son. Hey, shot.
In motion, the tight end. Operating from the gun. Nix. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. A beautiful fake. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
What is up?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Shifts by him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Working out of the gun, Williams. He sets to fire deep. And this one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Williams.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
This offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Williams going to look to throw again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the 28-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Here's Williams. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the handoff, Benson running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Williams.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Rashee Rice. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are looking good. A two-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go right back to right. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Up the middle, it's Harvey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the Capitals. 9 yards that time. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to an A. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive.